Hello, friends. How are you? How's today? How's life? I hope all is well. I started on a project last night, and the original intent was to film this, and I completely forgot to do so. I could still film the soldering and the assembly of this pedal, but I started drilling the case last night, and I didn't film any of that. And I kind of wish I had because I screwed it up for one. That's just a given. And for two, Jonathan left a comment today on the video where I talked about doing this that I wish I'd have seen. He said, "Why couldn't you put?" Hold on. I have this case. This is for a different pedal, but the major things on this are the same. And so last night, I took calipers and I measured these holes and I scribed them on here and I measured halfways and struck lines and used a center punch and drilled this all out. And Jonathan said, couldn't you just put these face to face and trace the holes? How close did I get? Did I get close? Okay, the bottom two holes are perfect. I got the bottom two holes perfect. The top two holes are off because I moved them in a little bit. So these knobs don't need to be this far apart. I think on this pedal they did it just so that they're in line and it doesn't look weird. I moved them in because they don't need to be that spread out. But these holes I got perfect. The side holes, I guess I could have done that. Maybe... Yeah, I could have done the same thing on the sides. See, this is why I have these conversations. Yep, that one's perfect. Look at me. I did okay, actually. I just probably could have done it a million times faster if I'd have had that comment. So thank you, Jonathan. Like, I'll know in the future because I couldn't find a pattern for this. The hole that I did screw up is this hole doesn't need to exist. This hole, it was supposed to be on this end. That's where the power socket goes for the power supply. I drilled it on the wrong end, and I didn't drill it. The funny thing is, I drilled all of these holes with an 1/8" bit first, and then sized them appropriately. And I knew when I drilled that with the 1/8" bit it was wrong, so I drilled this one, and I still over drilled this with the next size up, knowing that it was the wrong size. I don't know why I did that or whatever. But anyway, the point is, I wish I would have filmed it because you could have seen a bit of the nonsense that I went through last night trying to get this case ready. And now I got to figure out what to do with this hole. So, I'm not... these pedals will not be painted. I made one for a friend of mine. I made this pedal for him, and I very much liked it. This is going to be a compressor pedal, and I left his pedal, whatever this natural aluminum finish is. Like, I don't think it's a finish. I think it's just pressed aluminum. And I took a label maker, and it like a vintage, one of those old school like squeezy punchy label makers, and I made vintage style labels, and I think it looks really cool. So I'm going to probably do that to both of these pedals and just leave them alone. I'm not going to paint them or do anything crazy. So what I'm trying to get at is I'm going to be building this pedal over the next couple of days. It shouldn't take me very long. Like, honestly, it's one circuit board with maybe 15 components or so, and then putting the jacks and stuff in the case. It shouldn't take very much at all to do this. The problem is, well, not the problem is, this is a schematic. There's not really any assembly instructions. And if you've ever done these kind of projects, there really doesn't need to be. Like, this circuit board has, R13 on it. And I can look on here and go, well, R13 is a 5K or is a 10K resistor. And so I just put a 10K resistor there. And then this circuit board says, well, this is, ground or whatever. This is C3. What is C3? C3 is this, So I can just look at the page and populate these things. The one thing is, I am going to tune this circuit. This is the circuit design, on the back. You can't see it. My printer needs ink. I am tuning that circuit. The original intent here is for this, whatever this resistor is that I'm changing. I believe it's like a 0.25 or it's a I think it's intended to be 100K. I'm actually going to make it 1K. So I'm going down in size on purpose because I'm trying to tune the pedal for specific frequencies. And I don't know where to do that on this circuit board. I don't know where, I haven't figured that part out yet. So once I figure that part out, I'll be able to populate this board and then build out the rest of this pedal and figure out how to get it all in here and wired up and all that sort of stuff. This pedal, comes with very clear, like, this is how things go together. This pedal came with nothing, and this piece of paper tells me very little. So I kind of just have to figure this out. And I will, and that's okay. Like, it's not a problem. I'll figure it out. I would not recommend buying this if you have no clue what you're doing when it comes to electronics. Because you're just going to get this and be like, what do I do with this? And you're like, well, you just got to figure it out. Like, honestly, you got to look at the circuit board and go, well, all right, this is your out and this is your in. And so those are going to wire up to these input and output jacks that somehow they give you a bag full of wires. You know, here's some stuff. Good luck. We'll get there. We'll figure it out. I have to take inventory and make sure I have all the components that I need. But, you know, it is what it is. So, point being, I wish I'd have filmed it because I screwed up, and it would have been fun to show. So I'm going to film this, but I think the plan is I'm not really going to make a video on how to build this pedal. I'm going to make the video demoing the pedal and how it works and try to show you what a notch filter looks like in action on an actual live instrument. And this build video will be kind of like just something to watch while I talk. That's the plan, at least. I just have to remember to turn the camera on. I had like 30 minutes last night, and I was like, I'm just going to go drill that case real quick, and so I did. And it didn't even occur to me to turn the camera on. So here we are. Okay, that's all I got. Are you interested in this stuff? Are you interested in seeing what this turns out to be? I got a power supply for the pedal board today, so I'll be building the pedal board, and I probably will do a video of that just to show it, because, you know, most people don't build their own pedal boards. They buy prefab little aluminum kits. I think it'd be much cooler for me to have my own handmade pedal board. And we'll see. Let me know if this kind of stuff interests you. Let me know if you have questions. That sort of stuff. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for watching the video. Please like it. Please leave a comment. Please ask questions. Give me topics to talk about. All that kind of stuff. And please subscribe. I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's 1,000 plus little things happy, successful people do differently. We have been learning, let's see, 30 lessons for finding strength in hard times. We are on number 25. You are not trapped. You just need to relearn a few things. We all have doubts that make us feel trapped at times. If you doubt your ability to make a life-altering decision, to take on a new chapter in your life, or to fend for yourself after years of being overly fostered, consider this. Surely, if a bird with healthy wings is locked in a cage and long enough, she will doubt her own ability to fly. You still have your wings, but your muscles are weak. Train them and stretch them slowly. Give yourself time, and you'll be flying again soon. That's really fun. You know, that's a really good way to think, especially as somebody who just went through intense like physical therapy over the last year to try to fix my back. It is hard to forget. It is easy to forget that you have capabilities, and if you don't exercise those capabilities, you will lose them. But it's not as hard as it seems to get those capabilities back. You just got to be willing to do the work.